Good morning, class. Today we will have a new topic. It's about consecutive integer problem. So we will solve problems about consecutive integers. And this is our first problem to solve. The sum. So everybody read. So let's read it together. The sum of three consecutive integer is 39. Find the integer. So to solve this problem, make sure that you understand the problem. Kung binisay unta ni tulo ka buok, nagsunod nga number or integer, ang sum niya kay 39. Pangitaon na to ang tulo. So, the first step is representation. So, we have 4 steps here in this problem. To be solved. First is representation. Second is equation. Third, solution. Fourth, answer or conclusion. So let's have our first step, that is representation. We need to represent the given problem. So in here we have 3 consecutive integers. So how will you represent 3 consecutive integers? Okay, if x is our first integer, what is our second integer? Okay, it's x plus 1. Okay, so if 10 ang x, 10 plus 1, 11 ang sunod. So if 7 siya, plus 1, 8 ang sunod. So it is really consecutive. How about our third? It's x plus 2. So that is our third integer. So if you have 5 as your x, 5 plus 1, which is 6. The second, 5 plus 2 is 7. So you will have 5, 6, 7. So this is how you represent consecutive integer. Okay, so we're done with representation. You have 3 checks for that. Let's proceed to the solution or the equation. Backman. So let's have the okay. So we have the equation. So after the representation, we will have the equation. So we will read the condition again. The sum of 3 consecutive integer is 39. So i-add na to siya, ang sum niya kay 39. So the first integer is x, the second is x plus 1, the third is x plus 2. Ang sum niya kay 39. Okay, so we're done with the equation. Let's have the solution. For the solution, we simply solve the value of x. So combine like terms. We have variable terms and constant term here. So the variable is x. So to look at x, so you will have 3x. The constant term, 1 plus 2, that is also 3, equals 39. So transpose or additive inverse, you have 39 minus 3. So what happened is you have 3x is 36. Divide both sides by 3. So your x is 12. So now going back to the representation, if you still remember, x is our first term, so that is 12. And you will have x plus 1, our representation for the second, so that is 12 plus 1, we have 13, and x plus 2, that is 12 plus 2, we have 14. Now let's have the answer or the conclusion. The conclusion here, the answer is the 3 consecutive integers are 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so that is our answer for problem number 1. So the three consecutive integers are 12, 13, and 14. If we're going to add 12, 13, and 14, what do you think is the sum? Yeah, it's 39. So it's 39. So if you want to have checking, you can also have checking here. When you add 12 plus 13 plus 14, that is really equal to 39. Let's have our second problem. So the sum of the smallest and the largest of 5 consecutive integers is negative 54. Find the 5 integers. So first, let's have the representation. For the representation, it's consecutive integers. How many? There are 5. So x is our first, x plus 1, second, x plus 2, third, x plus 3 is our fourth, and x plus 4 is our fifth. So, integers na sila. So, shortcut on class. Okay. So, this is how you represent. So, check na mo ana. Then, let's have the equation. For the equation, we are going to read. So, again, you have here that the sum of the smallest and the largest of 5 consecutive. So you will not add everything just like number 1, but only the smallest. Our smallest is x, and the largest, our largest is x plus 4. So you have the sum of the largest, which is x plus 4, is negative 54. So in mathematics, you have is equal to equal. Equal to equal. So is, when you convert that to mathematical expression, that is equals or equal sign. So let's have the solution. For the solution, you combine like terms. So you will have here 2x equals negative 54 minus 4. 2x is negative 58. So like sign, what you're going to do, if it's like sign or same sign, you're going to add and then copy the sign. So 54 plus 4, which is 58. Since both are negative, so you copy negative. And then you divide both sides by 2. So x is negative 29. So we have already our value of x. Thus, our first integer is negative 29. And x plus 1, so that is equal to negative 29 plus 1. What do you think is the answer? Negative 28. So unlike sign, you're going to subtract and then copy the greater value. So the sign of the greater value. So 29 minus 1, that is 28. Since 29 is greater than 1, obviously, so we will copy negative. So our second integer is negative 28. And you have x plus 2. So you will have negative 29 plus 2. So that is negative 27. X plus 3 is negative 29 plus 3. You will have negative 26. X plus 4, negative 29 plus 4, that is negative 25. So our conclusion here, so we will now have the conclusion or the answer. There is an answer. So you will have the 5 consecutive integers are negative 29, negative 28, negative 27, negative 26, and negative 25. So that is the answer of our problem. Problem is the sum of the smallest and the largest of 5 consecutive integers is negative 54. Find the 5 integers. So the 5 integers are negative 29, negative 28, negative 27, negative 26, and negative 25. So let's have our third example. Let's have our third problem. The sum of 4 even integers is 204. Find the integers. So let's have our representation. For the representation, so even integers, if x is your first even integers, first even integer, what is our second? Okay, that's correct. X plus 2. So if it's 10 plus 2, so that is 12. So that is consecutive and even integer. Second even integer. Our third is x plus 4, even integer. And you have x plus 6, that is our fourth even integer. So we're done with representation. Let's proceed to equation. For our equation, the sum of 4 even. So we're just going to add your first, your second, your third, and obviously the last. And the sum is 204. Combine like terms, we will have our solution. So combining like terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4x. 2 plus 4, that is 6 plus 6, that is 12. Equals 204. 4x equals 204 minus 12. Thus, that is equal to 192. Okay, going down. Divide both sides by 4. So your x is simply 48. So our representation is x is 48. X plus 2, that is 48 plus 2, which is 50. X plus 4, we have 48 plus 2 and plus 4, it's 52. X plus 6, 48 plus 6, 54. So we will now have our conclusion or the answer of the problem, that is the 4 consecutive even integer are 48, 50, 52, and 54. So you have the 4 answer already. You have the value of x, you have the solution, and the equation. So, I'm going to score you ha. Check. So, type next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, you will have 11 over 11. Very good. Okay. The sum of the second and the fourth of the 6 consecutive odd integer minus the 6 is 17. What are the integers? To solve this one, we need to have our representation first. And we know that representing a consecutive integer is just x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, and so on. And if it's even, it's x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. Now, what if it's add consecutive integer? Do you think is the answer? So, if it's x, our first, what is our second? X plus 1, x plus 2, or x plus 3? X plus 1, x plus 3? It's x plus 2. This is our second. And our third is x plus 4. The same ra siya sa even consecutive integer. Now, the logic is the gap in between consecutive add is just the same with the even integer. So, 1 ra ilang gap. So, if atong even, if x is even, example 2, plus ni mo 2, that is 4. But if x is already add, plus ni mo 2, 5. So, magdepende ra gyud na sa iyahang first term. Mag-even ba siya or add? The rest will follow. If even ang first, even na siya tanan. If add ang first, add na siya tanan. So, that's the logic. So, our fourth is x plus 6. This is our fourth. And you have x plus 8. That is the fifth integer. And x plus 10. That is our sixth integer. So this is how you represent add consecutive integer. Now, what is our equation? So for the equation, we will read the condition, the sum of the second and the fourth. So the second is x plus 2. Ang sum ko niya sa second ug fourth. Our fourth here is x plus 6. Minus, you're going to subtract the 6, which is x plus 10. Do not forget the parentheses. And that is equals 17. Okay. Just a minute, we're going down. Now, let's have the solution. For the solution, first is we get all the parentheses. This is how it is important, especially 9 negative. Because if there's no parentheses, what happened is, ang negative, ang nakatag-iya si extra. But in this case, we will distribute the negatives. We will have negative x and negative 10 equals 17. So, combining like terms, x, that is 2x minus x, you have x. 2 and 6, that is 8 minus 2. So, you will have, minus 10, you will have negative 2. You will have 17. X equals 17 plus 2. So, you will have the answer 19. So, we have already the value of x. Now, we can substitute that x, that is 19. X plus 2, which is 21. X plus 4, 23. X plus 6, 25. X plus 8, 27. X plus 10 will have 29. So, considering that x is 19. So, kung na lang gidiritso kay hindi na maigo. So, we will now have our conclusion or simply the answer. The 6 consecutive odd integer are 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, and last 29. Okay, very good. Check na siya. Check na yung solution, your equation. Then you also have your representation. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 over 40. Very good. Okay, so that is our last example for consecutive integer problem. We will have many drills and assignments for these, and this is a guide for you to answer the problem. Have a good day. Goodbye, class.